Welcome to Realm Painters, and welcome to today's tutorial where we jump into 11th edition with a Blood Angels tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It was a lot of fun to paint them. Very simple tutorial, as Blood Angels are a very simple color scheme. I used an Intercessor that I've had on my shelf for a long time. He was actually one of the very first Intercessors that I built, as he is named Senior Fred, because he took on a dreadnought by himself and won somehow. I don't know how he did it, but he did it. Probably playing the game wrong, because that was early 10th edition and the first game I ever really played. But Fred is cool. Fred is a Blood Angel now. He was originally a Dark Templars. Not Dark Templars. Wow, I just combined two things. It was a Dark Angels. Blood Angels are a very fun, fascinating tutorial. This is part 3 of how to paint Space Marine chapters. The first 2 are Dark Angels because that's my main army that I have. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. It was a lot of fun painting. And yeah, let's just get into this. Let's start off with priming our model black. I used Chaos Black from Citadel. Onto the base coats, where we will start with Corn Red and base coat all of the major armor panels throughout the mini. Be mindful to try to avoid the joints of the armor. Then with Mephiston Red, we're going to do a thick upper highlight on the armor, either with a glazing technique like this, or with a sponge like this. If you're batch painting an entire army or you're trying to get a bunch done before a tournament, I would definitely recommend using the sponge. After that, let's try and get that nice blood red by washing all of the red armor with ball red contrast paint. It's really only there to tint the armor, as if you don't do this step, it'll be a much darker red. But if you're wanting that classic Blood Angels red, this is what I would recommend you doing. After that, with Evil Suns, do an edge highlight on the upper sections of most of the armor panels, followed by a dot highlight with Troll Slayer Orange on the corners of the armor. Once that's dry, onto the black sections. So the Aquila on the chest, the rims of the shoulder pads, and the joints of the armor, we will base coat with Abaddon Black. After that, edge highlight the Aquila with Dark Reaper, and then the rest of the armor with Eshin Grey. The reason we are doing this is to make the Aquila appear to be a different material than the rest of the armor. Next up, the leather bits. For me, it is just his belt. But if you have any other leather bits, I would base coat them with Rhinox hide and edge highlight with Dune Bull Brown. Onto the final part of this section, the lead belcher. Base coat the earpiece, the vents on the backpack, as well as any other sections you wish to be silver with lead belcher. Then wash the silver with Nuln oil, and the body is complete. Onto the weapons and accessories. Starting with the sword, we will base coat the handle of the sword with Rhinox hide and wash with Nuln oil. Once that fully dries, you'll edge highlight this with Doombull Brown. Then you will base coat the sword blade with lead belcher and wash it with Nuln oil. After that, edge highlight the blade with Rudenfang steel. Then base coat the power coil on the sword with pure white. I used white from Vallejo. Then with a heavily watered down Achelian green shade, like a 5:1 water to green shade ratio, wash over the power coil. Up next, with Retributor Gold, you want to base coat the sword's pommel and the medallion, then wash it over with Rakelin Flesh Shade. And you might wonder why this model's handle isn't painted until later, and that's because I forgot. My bad. Lastly, the beads on the medallion, where we will base coat with Fenrisian Grey and highlight with Corax White, and the weapons and accessories are complete. On to the final section, the head variants. Let's start off with the red head, which would be just like the regular normal red armor. So naturally, let's finish the eyes by base coating them with Warpstone Green. Then do a dot highlight in the center of the eye with Moot Green. And if you're crunched for time or something like that, or you're just trying to be getting these guys knocked out super fast and easy, just instead of doing that, paint the eye white and then wash it with Striking Scorpion Contrast. Onto the blue helmet, where we will base coat in Cantor Blue. Then highlight the Cantor with a 50-50 mix of Cantor and Thousand Suns. And if you're feeling up for it, edge highlight with pure K-Suns. As for the eyes, we'll do them red. We'll start with the Mephiston red base coat, and like the green eyes, we'll do a dot highlight with Evil Suns instead of Moot Green. Or, if you're wanting to do it real fast, base coat them with white and wash them with Ball Red. Onto the yellow helmet, where we are going to start off with pink. I know that sounds weird, but truly trust this process. You're going to start with fulgrim pink and base coat the whole helmet. Then mix pure white, I used Vallejo white, with the fulgrim pink and highlight the helmet. And the final step is to wash over the whole helmet with Imperial Fist yellow. And now your Blood Angels are complete. And just like that, you can now paint Blood Angels. Pretty easy, right? There's a few steps that you don't actually need to do if you don't want to do. You don't have to edge highlight if you don't want to edge highlight. You don't have to wash the guy with ball red if you don't want to wash the guy with ball red. Some people like the red to be a much darker color, so to each their own. That's one of the best parts about our tutorials here, is there you can pick and choose what steps you want to follow. If you have any recommendations for any other tutorials that you'd like to see, tutorial series, combat patrols, spearheads, anything like that, other Space Marine chapters that you want to know how to paint, let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys in the next realm. See ya.